Today we're going to be talking about 10 handyman jobs that have the potential to make you rich in 2024. Now this is not a guarantee by any means, but these jobs are all high profitable, pretty easy to do, and anyone's going to be able to do them. And yes, let's get right into it. So first on the list is a kind of a newer one that maybe you haven't heard before, but is garbage bin cleaning. So this is actually a thing that people pay for, believe it or not. Like I said, you might not have heard of it, but in general, everyone has two trash bins, usually one for garbage, one for recycling, right? And especially in the summertime, this can get really nasty, the heat, maggots, whatever, right? So people actually offer a service going around cleaning these bins out for people. And there's someone locally, being about hour and a half, 2 hours away from me. He built himself a rig with heated water, so it's all sanitized, and he charges $25 for the first bin and $10 per bin thereafter. And he is booked out all summer long, completely booked, always posting. He's got no more openings, and I think he does pretty good, and it's something that I consider building a rig for too, but I just don't have the time to do all that between everything else. So something to think about. You could really run, and that could be a potential business all in itself at some point. So that's the first one. Coming in at number 2 is going to be soffit fascia repair. This is a huge one for my company. We make lots of money off of this, and I really enjoy it too a lot. It's kind of nice to go in and make something that looks absolutely horrendous. Come in, make it look new again, make it blend like it was never ever fixed, make it look better than it might have ever did before. You never know, right? And not only is it cosmetically good, but you're sealing up their house, protecting them from rodents and pests and all that stuff and water damage. So it's really a service that you can charge a lot for too, because generally it's going to be up high, and most people are not going to tackle that themselves. So there's a lot of value there that you can really charge for and make a lot of money. And coming in number 3 is going to be drywall repair. Now this is another one. A lot of times people might try this themselves, a couple of YouTube videos, they realize it sucks, it's horrible. They'll call a professional, come fix it. You can make some decent money, do some hot mud while you're there, a couple coats. You usually can knock it out in a day or two, maybe a heat gun depending. And so they're kind of hard. There is a lot of travel time back and forth, but if you can schedule other jobs in between and around, you can make some pretty good profits off drywall repair, especially if you can get out of painting it. I generally like to prime it, that way nothing can come back on me. You can go ahead, see any imperfection after you prime it, that usually exposes a little bit. And I just like to seal it up, take care of my end of business. But yeah, we make quite a bit of money from drywall repair too, and we do offer painting, so that kind of goes hand in hand and usually works out for both us and the customer. Coming in at number 4 is going to be siding repair, another thing that we do really frequently and make a lot of money from. Again, this is going to generally it can be high up on someone's house. No one's going to go up and do it. A lot of people are scared to do it. They don't know what they're doing. You can come in kind of same, like I said, with the soffit fascia, come in, do your thing, make a lot of money. And it's really rewarding work too. You get to fix all the old, make it look new again. Again, you could upcharge the painting, or if you don't like painting, just whatever. I like to still, even if we're not gonna paint it, even if the homeowner's gonna paint it, whatever, I still like to prime and caulk everything in, just so it's a peace of mind. I know it was done properly, and there's nothing that's gonna come back on my end. It'll be good to go. All right, number 5 is just gonna be regular painting, interior, exterior. This is by far and large our greatest revenue source for our business. It probably makes up around 65-70% of our revenue a year. We do lots of exteriors. I think we did 9 or 10 exteriors last year, just 2, sometimes 3 guys, and that's including me, my brother, and another guy once in a while. Usually we split up. Brother does the painting, and it's actually my other brother too. So two brothers will do the painting, or the one that I'm partner will just do by himself, and then I'll go do the handyman jobs and then jump in when I can. This worked really good, and then we do interiors, of course, in the winter. So this works really good. We can go in, make a good chunk of change in a week. For interior jobs, usually we can do like 5-6 rooms in a week, depending on the size. And then exteriors, depending, we can do them in a week to a month generally. A lot of these old homes are the old lead-based paint. Got to be scraped, so that takes a long time, a lot of process. And then some of the newer ones are nice and easy. We go ahead and we spray all of our exteriors, so that can go kind of quick too, and we have a lift as well, so that makes things run smoothly. And it's kind of our bread and butter. This is what we like. This is what we try to get the most of, and try to pack the little jobs in between. So this brings in a lot of money as well. Contrary to what you might think, you can charge quite a bit. We average probably like $1,500 a room for like a standard like 10 by 10 room. and it goes up from there. Number 6 is just going to be punch lists. Go in, knock out somebody's list, do a minimum charge, or like if it's a quick job, whatever, do a minimum charge. You can stack up 4 or 5 of these in a day if you schedule them right, or just do a punch list for a set amount, $500, 3 hours, whatever, right? Just go in, knock it out. It's high value to the customer. It's a lot of things that's been bothering them. They got a huge list. They look at it. They're like, this is going to take me forever. And you go and knock it out in a couple hours. They're happy to pay this lump sum. You're happy to do it. Everyone wins. So that's another one you can make a ton of money from. You just got to schedule it well. And that's really about the hardest part with that generally. Number 7 is going to be junk removal. Now this one we used to do a lot more than we do now. We don't do as much as we used to. But this we usually charge, well, it's going up now to $225 per truck bed full. And that includes dump fees, whatever not, and covers our gas and all that generally. So that's kind of where we go for there. So it would be nice to have a dump trailer, something you could rent out and then just tow it to the dump. But we just don't do enough of that to make it make sense. But you can make a lot of money in this. Go do a couple cleanouts a day. I mean, dump trailers I think would be the move because you're not the ones loading it. But if you have to load it, charge extra for that, make more money. So you can kind of spin that however you want. But that's another good building money generating service for sure. Coming in at number 8 is shutter painting. Again, another painting thing. You might be thinking, I don't like painting, whatever, skip it. But this can be a big one. This could also be shutter replacement as well. You don't have to necessarily be painting. Just anything shutters. Again, it's up high. People aren't generally going to tackle it. People don't know what they're doing. They can't hang them properly. Whatever. You can come in, knock them out in a couple days, and make some really good money off of them. And there's not too much to go into that, but you can make good money. Number 9 is going to be pressure washing. Probably a super oversaturated market around you. It seems like everyone starts all these businesses, handyman, landscaper, whatever, pressure washing. But you can go in and you can definitely average. We try to average like 200 per hour pressure washing. Sometimes it falls to 100 or 150 depending. There could be some hard areas that won't come off. We have to double, triple treat it, whatever. And we pressure wash for all of our exteriors before we paint anyways. So it kind of works out. We already got the equipment. I'd love to get a rig, but we don't have that. But you can come in, average house, $500-600, 3 hours, whatever, knock it out. Do 2 of those in a day, 3 if you really want to work and grind out a day there. It could be a long day, but it's definitely worth it. So that's number 9. And number 10 is gutter cleaning. Another classic that you've probably heard a million times, but we go in, charge $200-300 for a house. Again, it's going to take you an hour, hour and a half, maybe 2 hours if all the downspouts are clogged. But again, that brings more money. I'll schedule 3-4 of these in a day, really knock them out. You have yourself a nice day right there. And so that's the list of the 10 services that could absolutely make you rich in 2024. Now, I'm not saying it's going to by any means. That's definitely not my claim. And this is just potential, right? Like any of these, you could make a business in and of itself, whatever, but just scale it. And if you do it right, you could really make a ton of money and get some systems in place. But it's just something to kind of get your mind moving about it, and hopefully it helps.